Real cases before a real judge.
Plaintiff LaToya Smith and her sister LaShonda say LaToya had never met the defendant before he attacked her. LaToya claims the defendant spit on her, threw her on the ground, and cut her with a knife. But she ended up getting arrested for battery. LaToya is suing for medical bills, an attorney fee, and emotional distress. Defendant Courtney Caesar says on the day of the incident, he had just gotten out of church when LaToya started calling him names, spit on him, and scratched his face. Courtney insists he did not initiate the attack, and he's countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I don't even know this man. He spit on me, he punched me, he slashed me, he threw me on the ground like I was nothing.
And why do you think he did all this?
I had no reason, sir. I had no idea.
Give me the circumstances under which it happened.
What happened, he started yelling, "Hey girl, hey girl." I continued walking.
He said, "Hey girl."
Yes, I don't respond to that type of language. I continued walking, and then he yelled, "I know you hear me, you dumb." So I continued walking, and then his friends started laughing at him. I just see that so mad to the point that he literally followed me on my way home. Then he got in my face and asked me, "What did you say?" I said, "Leave me alone." Then that's when he started spitting at me and then punched me. Then my sister came, breaking up the fight. He tried to pull the knife and cut me with it. So she called the police, and the police was on their way. I was so hysterical that they took me down for questioning.
You wanted to say something? Yes. State your name.
LaShonda Smith.
What do you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor, I actually seen the whole altercation as far as the fight. I don't know what led up to the fight, but I did see the actual fight.
Where were you?
I was at home. I was unlocking the front door for her because she had texted me that she was on her way home.
How far away was that from the fight?
How far? She was like 3 houses down from the actual house.
You saw it all?
I seen him spit at her and push her to the ground. My sister got up. They started tussling. I literally ran out of the house with no shoes on. Hair all over my head, like what the hell? I mean, I'm sorry, Your Honor. What is going on? And stuff. I'm trying to pull this guy off my sister. Some people from down the street, I believe, came and managed to pull him off of her. I grabbed my sister, and I'm trying to calm her down, and I'm calling 911 with my other hand. And as I was dialing 911, he pulls out a knife and tries to come at her again with the knife. And so that's when I shouted, "Hey, I just called the police. The police are on their way." Him and some other people took off running towards the church that's at the corner of my street. So when the police finally did arrive, my sister was beyond hysterical.
Defendant Courtney Caesar is accused of attacking the plaintiff, despite the fact that they'd never met. But Courtney insists it was the other way around, and the plaintiff attacked him.
What happened when the police arrived?
So when the police arrived, they kept trying to get a statement out of my sister, but like I said, she was beyond hysterical. So they said they was going to take her down.
She was bleeding, obviously, as well.
Yes, she had like
the scar from my face.
Yeah, she had a scar on her face. Right, yeah, just got a little blood, yes, right. And so the cops kept telling me then they're going to take her down till she calmed down and try to get a statement.
Police say they had to take her down to the police station.
Because she was so hysterical, they don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get my statement, but they
You
obviously
didn't tell her?
I tried to tell her, but they kept saying they wanted to talk with her because she's the victim.
So where were they? Where was the defendant?
He and the other people had ran down to the church.
He had ran.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And they was talking to me and her, like, by the house. And they said, "Ma'am, I understand you know what happened, but she was a victim. We got to get a valid statement out of her." Right. So to make a long story short, we got down to the police station. That's when they informed us that she's being charged with battery.
Who was being? She was charged?
I'm sorry. My sister was being charged with battery. And I said, okay, well, why wasn't the guy arrested?
Battery against who?
I don't know. Just say she was being charged with battery. They didn't go into detail, sir. And so
No. Let me just give you some advice then in the future. If someone tells you you're being charged with battery, try to find out who they say you battered.
Yes, sir.
That's not too much detail to ask. You should say that's not too much to ask.
Yeah, but we're from Gary, Indiana, and the cops there don't work like that. And so,
don't work like what?
They're like, if you keep bothering me, ma'am, you're gonna go to jail too. So this all happens when me and my family got down to the police station. We talked
when
to
they
someone.
took her down.
Right, because they kept saying they waited.
Let's just cut through this. Who was charged? Was he charged?
No, Your Honor, she was charged.
She was charged. Okay, no wonder you're double talking me. Let me hear from you, sir.
Sir, when I was in the alley, I got out of church, I went to the alley to smoke a cigarette. She walked past. I was talking to one of my church members. She must have thought I said something to her. That's when she called me out of my name. She came back, spit in my face, then she scratched me in my face. I have the pictures right here to show.
Of your scratches?
Yes.
Ma'am, did you scratch him in his face?
No.
You did not?
No.
Okay. Do you have any...
I have a police report.
Let's see that. You have pictures of your injuries?
No, I have medical bills and a police statement.
Why do you think they charged you?
Because he had scratches. Because he had scratches on
I know
his
you
face
had
at
a
the
slash. You had a knife slash.
Yeah.
And all he had was scratches. So you're saying they charged you because he had scratches. Yet you say you had a face that was cut with a knife.
Yes.
So they would charge him because he cut you with a knife. Victim states that at approximately 12:30 on today's date, he's the one that filed the police report as the victim. And everything that's said in this report fits what I'm looking at on the picture. So you have to show me something that overcomes this very clear and convincing evidence that it was you. The other part of the very clear and convincing evidence is that you were charged. They don't just charge you because you're the only one there. When you come there and say, I'm a victim, I have been assaulted, I have been cut, don't you see it? My face is slashed, and they charge you? I don't believe that. Like you say, they gave you a ride to talk to you? No, they arrested you and prosecuted you, right? Weren't you prosecuted?
Yes, but I have my police report right here.
Defendant Courtney Caesar is accused of attacking the plaintiff, despite the fact that they'd never met. But Courtney insists it was the other way around, and the plaintiff attacked him.
All right, let's see yours. This is what you told the police?
Yes.
This is what you told them?
Yes, that's what I told the police.
All right. Smith stated that he called her a proceeded to spit into the face, in the face several times, then threw onto her to the ground. At the time, her sister arrived and separated the two. And Ms. Courtney reached into his right front pants pocket and pulled a pocket knife. I observed no visible signs. You say your face had been cut up. Ma'am? They say they observed no physical signs of an injury, and you say he had cut you in the face.
I said he scratched me in my face.
All right, scratch you in the face.
But I have the medical bills right here.
Well, let me see what you have. I'll at least look at it. But why didn't the police see it? You didn't show them?
Yes, I did show them.
But they said they didn't see any visible signs, ma'am. Personal history, exposure to. What injury is this saying? And that doesn't tell me anything. Show me something that relates to you being treated on the day of the incident, because this says you refused medical treatment and evaluation. They say you refused even evaluation.
Sir, I did not refuse medical treatment.
You told them that your head hurt and your fingers hurt. That's all you told them.
Sir, they did not ask me that.
Okay, so everybody's lying on you.
No, I'm not lying.
All right, so what happened in court?
I had a 6-month deferral.
In order to get a deferred sentence, you have to admit that you did something wrong. Otherwise, you don't get a sentence. Otherwise, they dismiss it.
I pleaded not guilty, sir.
Ma'am, this is not my first time. Sir, your counterclaim for $5,000 for emotional distress, how does she owe you?
Because I could have went to jail for something that I didn't do.
But you didn't go to jail.
Yeah, true.
Did you incur any costs?
No, sir.
I believe what you say, because all the evidence is in your favor, quite frankly. Every single bit of evidence is in your favor. Every single bit. Not one piece of evidence is in your favor. Not one. Not one. He goes to the police and he tells the police what happened. The police say they see the scars on his face. He brings me pictures of the scars. What do they do when they get you to the station? They see absolutely nothing. And even though you say you then went and got treatment, the bill that you showed me had nothing to do with anything that you're alleging happened. Then you say that you were prosecuted. and you were found guilty. You don't get a sentence of any kind. Deferred sentence, today's sentence, yesterday's sentence, future sentence. Deferred means if you comply with the terms of this probationary period, we'll dismiss it and it won't go on your record. That's what a deferred sentence is. But it also means if you get into trouble in the meantime, you will get a sentence for the case they deferred. You got me? This isn't my first time dealing with deferred sentences. I gave them out routinely when I was a judge in Detroit. It's called giving young people a second chance. So the judge gave you a second chance to keep yourself out of trouble. And if you keep yourself out of trouble for those 6 months, then he'll take it off your record or it will never go on to your record.
Defendant Courtney Caesar is accused of attacking the plaintiff, despite the fact that they'd never met. But Courtney insists it was the other way around, and the plaintiff attacked him.
What is it you want to say, your last remarks?
So I'm the one that had to keep going back and forth to jail, back and forth to court, missed several days of school.
That's what happened when you get convicted.
No, I missed several days of school.
Yeah, you did get convicted.
If he would have had to bother me in the first place, I would have had to go through all this.
Nobody believed that. Everybody believes you bothered him first, including me.
So I did not bother him first.
Have a good day. I can't grant you a judgment, ma'am. One, you've been convicted of it. Number two, he shows me evidence that he was scratched. Your police report says they didn't see anything wrong with you. I'm going to dismiss both your claims. I'm sorry that happened to you, sir. I'm sorry this occurred. But you say you were at the church, and so you know how to forgive, right? All right, you forgive. All right. And what kind of church you go to?
It's called Anointed House of Prayer in Gary, Indiana.
Is that part of the National House of Prayer?
No, my overseer sent me something to get to you, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a national denomination.
Yes.
It is?
Yes, sir.
I know more about your church than you. It was founded by Daddy Grace, right?
Yeah, I just started going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give you a break.
Family.
You just started going. All right.
I just got
I know
married
all
into
church stuff. Folks say, the judge sure know a lot about church. When you sin like I sin, you got to know about your church. When you sin like I used to sin.
I still sin like that.
Well, then I need to take you with me.
That's right.
They do great work with young people. See, he was there. You need to go to that house of prayer with him. What's the address? Well, have a good day. That's my decision.
Man, she's just crazy. That's all I can say. That's all.
I had no say, but I had no say.